Hi everybody, in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the 12-piece OPI Spring 2026 OPIcon Collection. This will be the Infinite Shine lineup of that collection. It is a beautiful 12-piece spring collection from OPI. My name is Paula and I'd like to welcome you back to my Real Polish Fanatic little corner of YouTube. Thank you so much for stopping in and spending some of your day with me. I do appreciate you being here. So OPI Spring 2026. I've already done the regular lineup. I will link my video in the description box of this one if you have missed it and you want to check that out. And today we are going to be talking about the Infinite Shine portion of this collection. So excited to show you these 12 beautiful polishes. So this is called OPIcon, and I think it is such a fun concept that OPI is doing with this collection. They did it for both lines. So I'm just gonna look over here and read something to you. So what they say, so OPI is turning 45 this year. I think that's awesome. Happy anniversary, OPI. And what they say about this collection is, for 45 years, we've given you iconic shades like Bunny Bunny and Big Apple Red. And now these ride or dies are getting a Maniversary mix. Consider this collection a love letter to the colors that made a nail story and have transformed into new OPIcons, because it's more than color, it's OPIconic. Love that. So I do have a lot of the original iconic shades that they have kind of used as inspiration for these new shades. I will show you that as we go along. I will show you those. And otherwise, we are going to live paint these on my nails in this video. Well, 10 of them. There's 12 of them. I only have 10 fingers, so I'll be putting 10 of them live on my nails, and then we'll come back in after that and take final looks at my nails. We'll look at these on swatch wheels with a matte top coat and a glossy top coat. We'll look at them over black, and I'll also do comparisons, if there's any comparisons between the spring regular line and the Infinite Shine line. We'll take a look at those, see if any of them are close. There's Ruby saying hi to everybody. And so we'll do that, we'll look at that. And if any of you have anything in mind that you would like to see any of these 12 polishes or the regular lineup compared to, any older shades that you want to see a comparison done, let me know in the comments. And if I have the polish that you want to see compared, I will pull it out and do those comparisons in a separate video for you. So I purchased this collection from a website called polishpick.com. That's where I've been buying my OPI collections for many, many years, probably 9 years, if not more. And very, very happy with their customer service and everything. If there's ever a problem that I've run into over the years, they are very fast to reply to emails and get everything rectified. So I'm very, very happy with that company, polishpick.com. I'll link that also in the description box down below, along with their Instagram page in case you'd like to follow them. They not only have OPI, well, they have the OPI regular line, the Infinite Shine line, they have OPI gel, and I think they even have some OPI dip colors if you do dip nails. They also have Morgan Taylor, gelish, I don't know, they have a whole bunch of stuff on their website, so go check them out. And another thing is they sell at least their OPIs, about half off retail. So the regular line OPIs cost $6 each, and the Infinite Shines are $7.25. And then shipping isn't too bad. It goes by how many bottles you purchase. So I usually buy both of these collections together, regular and Infinite Shine. So I get 24 bottles. And so I think it's from like 6 to 29 bottles is about $13, unless it's gone up with this last USPS price increase this back in January. But I think I only paid $13, so that's not bad if you buy quite a few of them. And also they have older OPI colors too. I bought some of these older iconic colors I'm going to be showing you. I bought those, I didn't have them, and I wanted to be able to show as many as I could. So I did buy a few of them from Polish Pick along with this order too. So they have older colors, they get the newer colors. Just love, love, love polishpick.com. So check them out if you are in need of any OPI colors. But I think that's all the business we have to talk about. So let's go ahead. We're going to turn the camera around and we are just going to dive right in and start painting my nails with the OPI Spring 2026 Icon Collection. All right. Up first from OPI Infinite Shine Spring 2026 OPIcon Collection is this beauty. Look at this shimmer. Look at that bright purple kind of shimmer. This one is called Kyoto Oyster. And what they say about this one is Kyoto Pearl discovered its inner treasure in this iridescent white. This is so pretty, just a white cream with this, looks like a very strong purple kind of shimmer. And here is my bottle of Kyoto Pearl. So this was the inspiration for this one. Very, very pretty. This is one of the bottles that I bought at polishpick.com and with this order. So there is the inspiration. Inspiration is on the right. The new one is there on the left. So we're gonna just start painting this one in a first coat. So here is Kyoto Oyster in one coat. Very pretty, has a very nice formula. Went on nice and smooth. I can definitely see that purple shimmer, but I bet it'll get even better as we build that up in a second coat. And the second polish in the spring collection is called Dulce de Latte. And what they say about this one is dulce de leche stirred in some espresso into this light pink cream. And that inspiration polish is right here. I have an older black label, Dulce de Leche. So that is on the right, and the new one is here on the left. A little bit more pink in the new one. And let's get that one here in a first coat. So there we have it. It's just a little bit streaky there on that first coat, but not too bad. It's almost like a mix between apricot and pink to my eye here in that first coat. And up next is another pretty pink cream. This one's a little bit darker. This one is called Passion-ista. And what they say is passion unleashed its inner passion-ista with this rosy pink cream. Looks very nice. I do not have passion. Not sure how I've missed out on that one, but I don't have that one to show you. I think I'm not gonna put this one on my nails. I have to skip one from each set of 6. I think I'm gonna skip this one on my nails, but that looks just like a very pretty medium pink. And the next polish is this one right here, and it is called Lavender Bath. And what they say is lucky, lucky lavender soaked up luxury in this dreamy lavender cream. This is a very, very pale lavender cream. And when we look at that next to Lucky, Lucky Lavender, here's that one. This is another one that I just purchased from Polish Pick. So they've really got it a lot lighter now from that inspiration. Lucky, Lucky Lavender on the right, and the new Lavender Bath on the left. And let's get that one here in a first coat. So there's that one. Also, maybe just a little streaky there in that first coat, but on the swatch wheel when I painted them, they were self-leveling pretty well, so we'll see what the second coat does. And up next we have a little bit deeper purple cream, and this one is called What's Not to Lilac? And what they say about the inspiration is, do you lilac it? Traded questions for statements with this confident purple cream. Very, very pretty. And here is my bottle of Do You Lilac It? I think I also got this one at Polish Pick with this order. So you can see it's just a couple shades darker. We have Do You Lilac It on the right and the new What's Not to Lilac on the left. There's the name. And we'll get that one here in a first coat. And there is that one. What's Not to Lilac in one coat. Very, very pretty, soft, lilac-y purple. And up next, we have this one, and this one is called Less is More. And the inspiration says, Less is Norse, sailed into deeper waters with this mysterious blue-purple cream. Let's see. This one's gonna be hard. I think that might be closer to color there. And the inspiration for that one is Less is Norse, right there. So you can see that one's quite a few shades darker. Less is Norse on the right, and the new Less is More on the left. And we're gonna get that one going here on my thumb in a first coat. That one went on very nicely. Let's see. And that's looking pretty color accurate right there. It's, to my eye, it's just sort of like a gray blue. They said blue purple. I see some gray in there also though, I think. I'm trying to see which way is better. I think that's pretty close. Very, very nice formula for that one. And up next we have a beautiful pink. I think this one also might have purple or pink shimmer in it. This one is called Good Nighty Aphrodite. And what they say is Aphrodite's pink nighty slipped into evening mode with this divine pink pearl. This is gorgeous. And that inspiration is this one. This is my Aphrodite's pink nighty. I don't know if any of my original bottles, well, probably not the new ones I just got, but if any of them have changed colors or anything like that. But this is an older black label one. So Aphrodite's pink nighty, the inspiration is there on the right, and the new one, Good Nighty Aphrodite, is there on the left. All right, let's get this one going here in a first coat on my little short nails. Very, very pretty. It's just kind of a bright pink, and then it has that purpley kind of shimmer. I'm not sure if it's blue or if it's purple. Very pretty though. Up next, look at this. This is so gorgeous. Look at that one. This one is called I'm Not Really an Influencer. And what they say about this is I'm Not Really a Waitress is now serving content with this glittery hot pink. This is so bright and so beautiful. And of course, the inspiration for this one is the iconic I'm Not Really a Waitress. Here's my bottle of that. Mine is the old black label. And there we have it. Such a beautiful iconic red in the OPI lineup. And we'll get that one going here in a first coat. So I don't know if this has neon pigment in it or not, but it is very, very bright. So, so pretty. So here we have that one in one coat. So pretty, love, love. See how that builds up? It is kind of sheer there. You can see my nail line right through there. So we'll see how that one builds up. And up next we have a beautiful orange shimmer. Look at this in the bottle too, so pretty. Gorgeous. This one is called Shockum Orange, and this says, Knockum Red amped up the voltage with this electrifying orange shimmer. I don't have Knockum Red, so I can't show you that one. This is so pretty. I almost feel like there's some kind of pink shimmer in there. Orange shimmer, gorgeous. We'll get that one going here in a first coat. Beautiful. Love, love, love this one. So, so pretty. And again, it's a little bit sheer. We can see my nail lines, so definitely be putting second coats on all of these anyway. And up next, a beautiful green cream, and this one is called Oh Baby. And it says, it's a boy and it's a girl welcomed this bundle of light green into their nursery. Very, very pretty, kind of like a celery green kind of thing. And this one is the inspiration. Here is It's a Boy and It's a Girl. The It's a Girl is also one that I just purchased from Polish Pick with my order here. So here's all three of those. We have the newest one, Oh Baby, on the left, and then It's a Boy, and then It's a Girl. And I'm gonna skip putting this one on my nails too. So just a beautiful kind of light celery type of green. Looks a little bit dusty even. We'll see it on the swatch wheel though. And up next we have another little bit darker green. And this one is called Big Apple Green. And what they say is Big Apple Red took a bite from the other side with this bold green cream. And of course, Big Apple Red, that was one of the inspirations for the regular lineup too. There we have Big Apple Red. Mine is an older black label. Big Apple Red there on the right, and the new Big Apple Green there on the left. And let's get this one in a first coat. Very, very nice, just kind of a spring green that seems to have gone on very nicely. Looks nice and smooth there in that first coat. And the last polish in this collection, look at this blue with that blue shimmer. So pretty. This one is called See Me Now. And they say, do you see what I see? Caught the perfect wave with this blue shimmer. So pretty. And here is Do You See What I See, which is the inspiration. And this one also I bought at Polish Pick. So they have a lot of the older colors. So there it is, you can see, much, much lighter. This one, the new one, just has a very smooth shimmer, where the inspiration, it's a little bit larger particle shimmer in that one. So we have the new See Me Now on the left, and the inspiration Do You See What I See on the right. And we'll get that one here on my thumb. And I meant to say this in the beginning and I forgot. As a base coat today, I used the OPI Infinite Shine #1, which is the base coat that goes with the Infinite Shine lineup. So we are going to put See Me Now here in a first coat on my thumb. There it is. It could be my application because this is a very awkward setup where I have to paint my nails. So it is just a little bit patchy, but it could just be the way that I'm applying it here under the camera. But that is beautiful. Just a very beautiful sky blue with like a nice strong blue shimmer it looks like it's gonna be. All right, let's get some second coats on. We are starting over here with Kyoto Oyster. There it is, just in one coat. Just a beautiful white with a very strong purple shimmer. Let's put on a second coat. I don't know if the shimmer is pink or purple. There we have that in two coats. It's actually a very nice formula. I think down at an angle I can still see my nail line. Looking at it straight on, I can't. So you may want to add in a third coat. I think I'll probably stop here at 2, but when you wear it, you may want a third if you dislike visible nail line. And then we'll do a second coat here of Dulce de Latte. There it is, just in one coat. Beautiful, kind of orangey, apricot-y, pinky kind of cream. That second coat I think did go on much nicer. It does seem to be leveling out beautifully. So there is that one in 2 coats. And then we went to Lavender Bath. This beautiful, very, very light purple. Put that on here in a second coat. Yeah, these seem to really build up nicely and level off very nicely on second coats. So this is almost just a purple tinged white. It's very, very pale. Very, very nice formula. I cannot see my nail line through there, even down at an angle under these lights. Maybe out in the sun I could, but yeah, really, really, really nice. But yeah, just like a very lightly tinged white with just a little bit of purple to my eye. And then we go to What's Not to Lilac. There's that one in one coat. Put on a second. There we have it. Again, a very, very nice formula. These creams all have very, very nice formulas. And in case you are not familiar lately with OPI brushes, there is what the Infinite Shine brush looks like. It is on the narrow side. Looks to be very straight down, very straight across. Not my favorite brush, but you can see it's not too bad to apply it. And then we're looking at Less is More here on my thumb. There it is in just one coat. Get that one here in a second coat. Very nice. To my eye, this is a gray blue. I could see where they say blue purple, but I think it has some grayness. It has a little bit of dustiness to it. Very, very nice color. And then we come back over here to this beautiful pink Good Nighty Aphrodite. There it is in just one coat. Let's get on a second. So pretty. I love this one. I love bright pinks. And this one has like that contrasting shimmer, kind of blue or purple. So pretty. I think I can still see my nail line a little bit through there, so you may want a third coat. This one would, I'd say 2 to 3 coats depending on nail length and how much polish you use, how thick of coat you do. I'm gonna leave it here at 2 coats, but that's what it looks like, just in case you might wanna put on a third. And then we're up to, I'm not really an influencer. So I think this does have neon pigment in it because this one has dried down pretty matte. There it is, just in 1 coat. So let's get on a second coat. So here is, I'm not really an influencer, in 2 coats. I can still see my nail line through there. I might bump this one up to 3 off camera, but I love this color. It's so bright, it's so cheerful, it's so fun. And then it has like that larger particle shimmer in there. So, so pretty. There it is in 2 coats. And then we're up to Shockum Orange. Here's that one in just 1 coat. This is so pretty. The orange in the regular lineup was kind of a surprise favorite for me, and this one is following suit. This is definitely a favorite of mine. All 3 of these on this hand so far, all favorites. And then we're up to Big Apple Green. Let's get that one in a second coat. There it is, just in 1, had an excellent first coat formula. Nice and smooth. Oh, let me clean up my mess. So there we have Big Apple Green in 2 coats. Again, I can't see my nail line under these lights, even down at an angle, so probably 2 coats will be good. May need a third depending on nail length. This is very, very pretty. Just a gorgeous kind of grassy spring green. Love. And then the last one here that we put on my nails, See Me Now. There it is in just 1 coat. And there we have it in 2. Really nice, smooth formula. I see a little bit of patchiness down there by my cuticle, but I think that was my fault. I think I just went over it a little bit too much. So you want to work these as little as you can to get it on your nail, but that is very, very pretty. Just a beautiful sky blue with a kind of strong blue shimmer. I think that's looking pretty color accurate. Very, very nice. All right, so here are the colors that we put on my nails, 10 of the 12 colors in 2 coats. I might bump a couple of these up to 3. I think I'll do this neon pink one at least. Put a third coat on that one. The rest of them actually look quite nice in 2. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna put a glossy top coat on my nails, and then we're gonna come back, we're gonna take our final looks. We're gonna look at these over the swatch wheels, over black. I will show you the comparisons once again. I have them on a swatch stick, so we'll look at the swatch stick comparisons with the swatch wheels, and then we'll do a comparison between regular lineup and this Infinite Shine lineup for the spring collection, and we'll do all of that in just a few minutes. All right, I am back. Let's take our final looks at the OPI Spring 2026 OPIcon Collection. We started off here with Kyoto Oyster. Here we have that in 1 coat. This is 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Just a beautiful white with quite a strong kind of purple shimmer. That is so pretty. Love, love, love the shimmer in that one. And that one is right here on me. This is just 2 coats with a glossy top coat. You can still see a little bit of nail line through there, so if you really hate that, you probably want to bump this up to 3 coats. but I kind of like it. So all of these over black went on just a little bit streaky, but here's that one over black, just one coat with a glossy top coat. That leaves all that beautiful purple shimmer. It's just a little bit milky there from the white base, but you can really see the purple shimmer come through there over the black. And there it is, 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And this one is Kyoto Oyster. 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Love, love. And that one is right here on me in just 2 coats. And the inspiration for that one was Kyoto Pearl, which is right here on the swatch stick. So there is the difference between Kyoto Pearl and Kyoto Oyster. Very nice upgrade, in my opinion, from that inspiration. And then we looked at Dulce de Latte. Here we have that in 1 coat. This is 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Just a beautiful kind of apricot with a tinge of pink. Very, very nice formula. And that one on me is right here in just 2 coats. I don't think I can see my nail line with that one in 2 coats, so I think you should be good. You may want to bump it up to 3. And all these creams don't really do anything over black. Here's that one, just leaves it kind of a little bit more taupey. There it is, 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And this one is Dulce de Latte. 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. And there it is on me in just 2 coats. And the inspiration for this one was Dulce de Leche, which is right here. There it is. You can see they just lightened it up, made it just a little bit more apricot-y. And up next, oh, before we go any further, just I'll let you know on the swatch wheels and on my nails, today I used the OPI matte top coat for the matte ones and the OPI Infinite Shine number 3, which is the top coat for the Infinite Shine. That's what's on the swatch wheels, and this same top coat is on my nails. So here's our first look at Passion-ista, because I did not put this one on my nails. And here we have that in 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Just a beautiful kind of, like it's almost sort of an orangey pink. I feel like there's just a touch, almost like a salmony pink, but not quite salmon. And I said that about one of them in the regular lineup too. Just a really, really pretty pink color, but I feel it has just a touch of orange or something in it. And that one over black is right here. So these creams, yeah, they don't do too much. So a little bit too creamy and a little bit streaky there over the black too. But there it is, 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And this one is Passion-ista. 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Very, very pretty. That one is not on my nails, and I also don't have the inspiration polish. I don't have Passion. And then we took a look at Lavender Bath. Here's that one, 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Just a beautiful, barely purple tinged, whitish kind of cream. Very, very neutral. If you work in a conservative kind of office, something like that, I think this would be fine to wear to work. And that one on me is right here in just 2 coats and a glossy top coat. I kind of love the simplicity of it. It's just, it's kind of white with a kick, because you do get just a little tinge of that purple. And that one over black again, with it being a cream, just kind of 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. I didn't even put the creams of the regular line over black. I should have known better than to do it with this one too. And this one is Lavender Bath, 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Love, love. And there it is on me in just 2 coats. And the inspiration for that one was Lucky Lucky Lavender. So they've really lightened that up. It was a little bit more kind of magenta, the Lucky Lucky Lavender. And now it is a beautiful purple tinged cream. And then we looked at What's Not to Lilac. Here we have that in 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. That's pretty color accurate there. This is just a beautiful kind of lilac-y purple, a little bit dusty. Feel like there's a little bit of gray in there. Very nice formula. And that one is right here on me in just 2 coats with a glossy top coat. Love a nice dusty purple. And again, over black is, I think we're up to this one right here. Just leaves a little bit of that purple sheen. 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And this one is What's Not to Lilac in 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. And there it is on me in just 2 coats. And the inspiration polish for that one was Do You Lilac It? There that is. It's also a little bit of a dusty kind of purple. That's not really very color accurate on the swatch stick. It's a little bit dustier than that, but there it is. The inspiration on the stick and the new one there on my nail. And then we looked at Less is More. Here we have that in 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Just a beautiful kind of purpley blue gray kind of color. Like it, nice and clean. And I think that's pretty color accurate. It might be a little bit dustier than it's coming out on camera. Yeah, I think it's just a little dustier than it's showing there. And then here's that one on me in just 2 coats with a glossy top coat. I did get a little bit of the pink when I was putting the top coat on before. I got a little bit of the pink on there, so ignore that little dot of pink. That's such a pretty color, excellent formula. And over black again. Pretty sure that's this one. And just leaves a little bit of that dusty grayness. 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And this one is Less is More. 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. And there it is on me in just 2 coats. Ignore the pink. And the inspiration for that one was Less is Norse. And here we have that. And there's the updated. And then we took a look at Good Nighty Aphrodite. Here we have that in 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Love, love, love this one. This is one of my favorites from this part of the collection. Just a beautiful, pretty bright pink. And then it has this beautiful kind of purple, I think it's purple shimmer. Love, love. Here's that one. I did bump this up to 3 coats off camera. So this is now 3 coats with a glossy top coat. And I think that does help to cover the nail line. And that one over black is right here. And since it's a shimmer, it does leave that beautiful purple. Now we know it is a purple shimmer. It's almost like a blue purple. There we have it. 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And this one is Good Nighty Aphrodite. 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Definitely one of my favorites. Here it is on me in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. And the inspiration for that one was Aphrodite's Pink Nighty. here we have that. That one's kind of, it's almost like a taupey kind of color, at least mine is. And there it is, the inspiration on the stick and 3 coats of the new one there on my nail. And then we looked at this beautiful neon pink, love, love, another favorite of mine. It is called I'm Not Really an Influencer. Here we have it in 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Love, love, love. So bright, so cheerful, so perfect for spring and summer. Perfect for this time of year if you are needing a bit of a pick-me-up, if you are in the US where you're getting all that snow and ice and you just need some cheering up. This is a beautiful color for that. Here in California, it's still like in the 80s, so too hot here for me. Here that is. I also bumped this one up to 3 coats off camera, and I can still see my nail line. So if you hate nail line, you may want to use a blurring base, or maybe just put down a pink color first and then put this on. But I don't mind my nail line showing, so I'm loving this in 3 coats. So, so pretty, so, so bright. I hope this is not a neon that will fade over time. That is always a risk with neon colors, but they're so worth it when they are bright and beautiful like this. And that one over black is this one right here. So that just leaves all this pretty kind of, it's kind of pink, kind of purple, little shimmer bits behind. There it is, 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. Definitely one of my favorites from this collection. And this one is called I'm Not Really an Influencer. 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. And that one is right here on me in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. And of course, the inspiration for that one is I'm Not Really a Waitress. Here is what my bottle looks like. I have the older black label, and there it is. Both beautiful. And then we are up to another one of my favorites, Shockum Orange. Here's that one in 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Love, love this beautiful orange. I feel like there's maybe just a little bit of pink twinkle that comes through that too. I'm not positive, but that is so pretty. And that one on me is right here, and that one I also bumped up to 3 coats off camera. So there it is on me in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. Love, love, love. And that one over black is right here, and that leaves sort of like a, it's almost like a rusty orange kind of shimmer behind. There it is, 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And this one is called Shockum Orange in 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. And there it is on me in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. I did not have the inspiration polish for this one, which was Knockem Red. I don't own that one. And then our first look at Oh Baby. Here's that one in 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Just kind of a light sage, or like a light kind of, or medium celery kind of color. I did not put this one on my nails, so this is our first time seeing that one. Very, very pretty. Looks like it had a great formula. Like that a lot. And not over black though. Here's that one. Just leaves a little bit of that green. 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And this one is called Oh Baby. 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Did not have that one on my nails. And the inspiration for that one was It's a Boy and It's a Girl. So those two came together and had our Oh Baby. All the Swatch sticks are 3 coats. I don't think I mentioned that. So there's the inspiration colors and the new Oh Baby. And then we looked at Big Apple Green. Here we have that in 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Just a pretty spring grassy green. Very, very nice. Had a very nice formula. And that one on me is right here in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. And over black again, being a cream, doesn't do too much. There it is, 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And this one is called Big Apple Green in 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. And there it is on me in just 2 coats. Very pretty green for spring. That one, the inspiration was Big Apple Red, which is a very iconic color. So there's Big Apple Red. My bottle is the black label, and there's Big Apple Green next to it. And now the last polish in the OPI Spring 2026 OPIcon Collection is See Me Now. Here we have that in 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Just a beautiful, perfect sky blue with some blue shimmer. I think that's pretty color accurate. It may be just a little bit darker on camera than it is here in person. Just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful sky blue. And that one is right here on me in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. Love the blue shimmer in this one. And that one over black is right here. Just leave some of the blue with the blue shimmer. Still not very pretty over the black. 3 coats on its own, 1 coat over black. And this one is See Me Now, 1 coat, 3 coats glossy, 3 coats matte. Love, love. And there it is on me in just 2 coats with a glossy top coat. This one's a little patchy on my nail, but I think that was mostly me making it patchy. I think it would have had a better formula if I wasn't doing it under the camera here. Beautiful. And the inspiration for that one was, Do You See What I See? And here is that one in 3 coats. And then here is the new and updated version. Those are both very, very pretty. All right, so let me come out a little bit. Here is the Spring Infinite Shine portion, OPIcons. I think this is a beautiful spring collection. I think if I could only buy this one or the regular lineup, I like the regular lineup. There were a lot of favorites in there, but I think if I had to pick one whole collection to purchase, it would be this one. So, so pretty. All right, let's go through really quick. I have the regular lineup here on some swatch sticks also. So let's just see what we have as far as kind of dupes. I'm gonna zoom back in. All right, so from the regular line we have I'm a Bubble Bunny. Here's that one next to Lavender Bath. Lavender Bath is a little bit more purple, where Bubble Bunny is just a tad bit more pink. And it's not really close to anything else. And let's see, we didn't really have any taupes in the Infinite Shine. There's the 2 kind of browny taupey colors from the regular lineup. And they're not really similar. There it is next to Dulce de Latte. That lighter brown is Put It in Airplane Mode from the regular line. Not at all a dupe. And then we had this pretty purple from the regular line, Mod About Me. If we look at that next to What's Not to Lilac, somewhat similar. Mod About Me is just a couple shades lighter. And so here's Lavender Bath, and this one is What's Not to Lilac. And it's not really close to anything else. And then the regular lineup, we had Bath Time Bubbly here. Here's that one. That one is not too far off from Passion-ista. Passion-ista is just a tad lighter. Very, very similar though. And not really close to anything else. And Queen's Rule from the regular lineup is not really, we didn't really have anything like that. There it is next to Dulce de Latte. Nothing really similar to that one. And here's Pompeii Pink from the regular lineup. If we look at that next to Good Nighty Aphrodite, it's like a shade darker. Pompeii Pink has a different kind of shimmer in it. Otherwise, it is not really close to anything. And then the orange from the regular lineup was called Shrimp Cocktail. If we look at that next to the Shakum Orange from this one, regular lineup was a cream. This one is a beautiful shimmer. So not really the same, not too far off color-wise. Again, Shrimp Cocktail is just a little bit lighter, a little bit dustier maybe. But otherwise not close to anything. We didn't have a yellow in this collection. And we don't really have anything like Strawberry Cosmo, nothing that dark. Nothing as dark as Lincoln Park After Brunch. And we didn't even have a red. So here's Big Apple Energy from the regular lineup. No reds in this one either. So those are the comparisons between the regular line and the Infinite Shine. If you have any other colors that something here reminds you of and you'd like to see a comparison video done, let me know in the comments. I do have to get comments to do one. I just can't go through my whole collection and try to find them myself, but if you think of anything, I am very happy to do a comparison video. But here is the Infinite Shine lineup. One last time, let's go ahead. I'm gonna turn the camera around and we are gonna finish this up. All right, so that was the OPI Spring 2026 OPIcon Collection, the Infinite Shine lineup. Love, love, love. What did you think of any of these colors? I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. My three favorites are these three here, those two beautiful pinks and that orange, although lots and lots of honorable mentions. This first one that we looked at, the white with the purple shimmer, I actually like every single color. I really like this lighter lilac kind of color, but I'm a purple fiend, so I do like the darker lilac also. But I just think this is just a phenomenal collection. Very, very happy with this one. And look at how pretty that is for spring. Look how pretty those colors are. Just perfect, in my opinion. But I would love to hear what your opinion of this collection is down in the comments, so please do leave me a comment. And remember, I will have a link in the description box for polishedpick.com. That is where I always buy my OPI collections from. Very, very happy with their customer service and everything to do with them. And I think that's all I have though. Stay tuned after my goodbye. I took my Swatch wheels out in the natural light earlier today, so you can see them outside in the natural light. But I think that is all that I have. So I want to thank you so much for stopping in and spending some of your day with me. And I do hope you enjoyed this video, but it's time to say goodbye for now.